Okay. So I'm just gonna
That's
start.
not the one.
Very loud.
Ooh, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Might be too loud for me. Kicking it old school right here. Me and Christian chilling. I'm gonna leave the music on actually. We are beginning this adventure here. If you guys don't already know, we are testing Christian's will and testament to see how many hash browns. It's not the hash brownie, just a regular brownie. How many hash browns Christian can eat? Hash brown. I can't type and talk at the same time. I tell my clients this all the time. Hash brown. How do I even order a hash brown, Christian? Oh, I can't.
I don't
because it's not breakfast time.
Bro,
what are we doing?
I was going to say something.
How did you let me do this? I'm mad at you already.
You're just going to fuck around and find out, I guess. I don't know.
How did you let me do this? We need to find a time that we can do this during breakfast time. Ugh.
What time does breakfast time end at McDonald's?
Breakfast time ends at like 10:30.
What?
Yeah, 10:30, right?
I thought most McDonald's were 24/7 breakfast now.
Not anymore. They got rid of that.
What?
Really? Yeah, that used to be a thing for like a couple years.
24/7 breakfast is
It
gone.
was a limited menu.
Yeah, but I mean, they had hash browns.
They did have
You know what? I'm going to be able to accomplish this. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to ask the manager of our here favorite McDonald's right down the street if she will make an exception for us every Monday. We'll pay for it. And she'll do it. I guarantee you she'll do it. She might even walk up here.
She
might even walk up here. Anyway, what's up, guys? Me and Christian Olson talking today about the dog-friendly activities in Baltimore. Did you schedule that showing?
No, because you didn't give me the address.
605 Port Street. Yeah, how many Port Streets are there? And we're live on the podcast.
I know. That's why I didn't want to interrupt.
Nah, you just keep going. Anyway, so we're here to talk about dog-friendly activities here in Baltimore. What kind of dog-friendly activities do you do?
I don't have a dog.
I don't have a dog.
You got a dog.
I have a dog.
I have your dog,
I have a
actually.
dog. I have a dog.
Your dog is my dog.
So, the thing about it is I have been trying to make a concerted effort to spend more time with the dog. And especially with the weather changing, it's like you need to get out and about. Did you have any trouble? What time works for you? 5? 4? Maybe 30? Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Good luck. Have fun. Bye-bye. I will call you and explain. Okay. Bye, Michaela, who's not on the podcast today. Anyway, so trying to get the dog out and about, trying to do more things with him, give him a little bit more socialization and a little bit more like just activity because he just gets, I don't know, he only has his interaction with me and Amanda. And then me. Like you and John and other people that come into the house. Yeah. But it's funny because he has interaction with me and Amanda, so he's inherently like afraid of me, right? Like he loves me, but he knows if he does something wrong.
Yeah, it's like when Dad starts yelling.
Yeah. Well, I don't even have to yell at him. Like this morning, he came trotting around the corner with Amanda's shoe in his mouth, and I go, put that down.
You know what it is? It's your snap.
Probably.
You have like, and I don't mean like you're going off on people.
I get that from my dad.
You get. I
don't even know if my dad watches this podcast.
You have a crazy snap. Like it's powerful.
I'm gonna tell you what it came from.
States away.
All right. So here's the thing. Me and my brothers, we were raised on this. And we're in, my dad was a politician. We're in the courthouse, not courthouse. What do you call it? The Life House. What do you call it in Annapolis? The Capitol building? Nah, State House. Ooh, I got it. We were in the State House, and my dad was taking care of us for whatever reason. I don't know why. And he was in session. So when you're in session, every delegate has a desk. And the desk is labeled and has your stuff in it. Right, so he has a seat, and then there's 3 or 4 rows of seats, and he was in the second to last row, and he was maybe like 6 or 7 seats in from the end. So when they're not in session, I would go in there and like play and press buttons and watch, because when you vote, it like votes up on the wall, so you like press the button and it lights up. So I would play and press buttons and have fun.
Like Squid Games.
Yeah, actually very, very similar, right? So when they were in session, there was 2 spaces that we could be. There were chairs along the side where I imagine like staffers would sit. I don't really know. or there's a room directly adjacent to the state house where you could go and have like a private conversation off of the floor because you don't want to disrupt the speaker.
What's going on, yeah.
Right? So my dad brought myself and my brother to the state house. He was in session, and so we were sitting in the chairs where the staffers sit. Remember, he's like 7 seats in, so he's not right at the edge of this. And, me and my brother are doing, pushing and me. And my dad would be, and then we're like, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
The snap's like a gunshot.
Yep.
You're like,
and that's how he trained us. That's how he trained our dogs. That's how I trained my dog.
I mean, it is, like I said, you can hear it from states away. It's powerful.
But honestly, like I said, this morning, the dog comes trotting around from the bed, coming to the bathroom, and he's got Amanda's shoe in his mouth. Just do. And I said to him, quiet. Like, I didn't yell at him because Amanda was sleeping. I said, put that down. And he walks over. He gets all the way over to me, and he looks down, and he just drops the shoe.
Yeah, he gets a little sad.
Yeah. But when he does it to her, she goes, why do you have that? What are you doing? Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah, right. For sure. So anyway, moral of the story is that we're trying to socialize him more so he gets a little bit more like, somewhere in between how we...
Well, so like, he's a golden retriever, right? So
Yeah.
like, just having shit in his mouth is kind of like his job. That's what he's born to do. I understand
agree.
he can have
concur.
a shoe in his mouth. It's not nice,
I concur.
as you would say. So
It's not my shoe. Let me tell you, he doesn't do that anymore. But I agree. I mean, he's just chugging along. He's got his toys. He loves to have something with him. He shows it off.
But like going back to what was it? Favorite like dog activities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not a dog, but one of my favorite activities. Going to walk Patterson Park or around even like what we talked about the other day, walking around Canton Waterfront Park.
I agree. I think that the dog would love that. I hate it. My favorite thing to do with the dog is to treat him like a person. So like to go places with him and do stuff with him.
Okay.
So when we eat outside, we have our little pub table on our patio. The dog has a chair, and not like a dog chair. He like jumps up and sits in the chair and lays there while we eat dinner.
So you're kind of like my sister when it comes to her cats. You know what she asked me the other day? She was like, "Does a good neighbor allow cats inside?" And I'm like, "What, are you just gonna bring your cat?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I got a little backpack that I'm gonna sit him put him in the backpack, sit him right next to me, and enjoy my coffee, read a book, do whatever."
I'm cringing all over. Like,
It's so similar to what you want to do, though. We brought Graham to get ice cream. He just sits there. He gets a little pup cup.
Hangs out. He's chilling. He's just an adult. It's not that I want the dog to be like, oh, bring him into Good Neighbor Coffee Shop. I don't want to abuse the privilege. That's not me.
One might say that you haven't brought Nala somewhere, and that's a little fucked up.
I've never brought Nala somewhere. She doesn't go out of the house.
Give her a little backpack.
She doesn't even come on the porch. But like
the porch.
She doesn't leave the house.
Right.
Right? So like, I don't know. I just think that the dog deserves the opportunity to get out and about. And my favorite thing to do with him is like go to a restaurant and sit down and hang out.
Yeah.
I'm not like a dog park person.
Well, I think so Patterson Park, I mean, there's so much room to just walk around. You don't have to go to the dog park.
Well, that's the public park. Yeah, they also have a dog park.
Yeah. I didn't mean the dog park.
Yeah.
Dog parks. For those of you who don't know, me and Mike have I don't want to say interesting stance, but we're not a huge fan of them.
I like them conceptually. I don't like them in practice.
Yes.
I think my bigger issue is that if you have a dog, like you're the Leonberger mom, right?
Is that a dog?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't dog that looks like a lion. Looks like a bigger version of a German Shepherd.
I feel like we Googled this the other day.
Yes.
Okay, well.
So like if you have a Leonberger mom and she has a 1,200 square foot row home, even an 1,800 square foot row home, it's not enough space for a dog.
I agree.
So if you have a Belgian Malinois, you need a space to train and run the dog. If you have a Chihuahua, it needs a space to get out and move. I think that there's like some dogs that can be city dogs and can move around and not need the extra space. But I think far and away, I mean, people go crazy. They've got 70-pound Rottweilers and 94-pound Labs and like whatever, and they're cooped up in an 1,100 square foot row home with no yard. So then you go to a dog park and look at it as your like opportunity to let the dog get out all of their,
energy
and everything. And it's just like all these dogs letting out energy. It's just not, I don't like it.
No, but I mean, just kind of
Not a
walking
fan.
around Patterson Park. Again, not going to the dog park. I think taking your dog, walking around the park is a pretty enjoyable activity, even just like on a somewhat nice day. You
I'm
know?
like the dog. I'm like, squirrel. Do you think that Bark Social will reopen?
Probably not.
I mean, all the facilities there.
Yeah, well, what are they going to... Well, I understand that, but what would they do
Let's
if they didn't?
Google it. Will Bark Social reopen? If you don't know, Bark Social was a chain of businesses that their premise was that you would bring the dog in, they would register the dog, they would check to make sure that they have all their vaccinations, all their spay, neuter, whatever the details are, and then they would also have dog
Watchers, essentially.
Yeah, dog watchers. People that would wrangle the dogs and clean up after the dogs, so you could really
Dog wranglers.
enjoy the opportunity to hang out at a bar where the dog is also. It's kind of like a dog park with a bar in
I think you can get food there too. We got food at one
Yeah.
point. Yeah. And they have like pools set up. I don't know if they have any like dog toys or anything like that, but I remember there being like pools that they can jump in,
Mm-hmm.
little turf area to run around. But whenever I used to go to that, which I've only been like, I don't know, 2-3 times, I didn't even own a dog, and I was on edge the entire time. Like, anxious as fuck. Wasn't sure if there was going to be a war between some of these dogs
so
here real
funny.
soon. Like fighting over turf, quite literally. You know?
Literally. It does not appear that they will be reopening anytime soon, but that makes me sad because I feel like the vibe and the venue was great, but I just think that, dogs need more than just like let loose at a dog park. Having said that, if you're going to use the dog park, there are a number of dog parks in the city that are clean and well taken care of, some water and other resources for them. So that is at least a benefit to those of us that live in the city. But there's so many parks, like even right here. Lake Roland Park is right up here just north of Hamden. It spans the city-county line. It's a county registered park, FYI. So if you do bring the dog there, you have to register the dog with the county. But there's so many opportunities that I feel like the dog park is the lazy way out.
I would agree.
It's not my vibe. Having said that, I just suddenly thought about this. I'm going to a 1-year-old birthday party this weekend. It's true.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, Duncan might be turning 2.
Why did this pop up?
Well, because it's at like a gym kind of thing. Those like indoor things where they like host parties and they have like basically the McDonald's play place, just bigger.
Okay.
Where they have like the foam pits and the swings and the stuff. That's like a 2-year-old birthday party. I'm like, can I bring the dog? Just let him run. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's the cheater's way out. I want to try and give him more socialization.
So something that I want to share, and I'll turn my computer around in a second for everyone else to see. I was looking at one of our friends, Courtney Burns, lives in Canton, downtown Baltimore, and she had this idea. She wanted to create a fundraiser for that park, and I'm pretty sure that's how that was somewhat founded. Like the community came together with the city to build that park down there, and it's maintained. I don't say maintained. I don't know why I had that accent there. That was kind of weird. I was struggling to get it out. But it's maintained by the community. She wanted to create a fundraiser where you could get heat lamps and like an awning and stuff.
Damn.
For that. So I looked into Canton Dog Park. I went to just like the Google Maps and you could see all the images and stuff. And in that whole thing, I found a hilarious picture of what is 2 wiener dogs. And it's meme worthy. Like I think this is the start of something. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'll flip around to the camera. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What? This was at the park?
Yeah. So,
all right. First of all.
So, okay, camera. I don't know.
You're going to need to make that brighter.
Brighter? Wow, that is the brightest it'll go.
Okay, so first of all, I think we could caption this photo. Like, this might need to be our new Baltimorons photo. I've got a dark, like, mini Rottweiler type looking dog. And
it's like a Rottweiler mixed with a wiener dog, and then another wiener dog.
Well, and then like the other wiener dog
ears.
looks like a brown lab.
But this one looks like he was up to something, and he's a little upset.
Yeah,
or like confused as to why.
So the
other
Rottweiler's like barking over his shoulder, like, "Hey, get out of here!"
And then
the other one's like, "What's your problem? What's your problem?" I feel like that might be the most Baltimore thing ever. Dude. Hey, Hey!
And you know what I did? I just went to their, like, again, Google page, see photos. Like, oh, let me look at all the cute dogs.
Is that really how you found this photo?
Oh, for sure. Because Courtney was like, I want to do all this. I was like, I'd never heard of Canton Dog Park. I knew something was like existed down there, but I didn't know
That's
exactly
crazy.
where. And like, you know, it's kind of just like a fenced in sandbox, if you will, for dogs to run around. And I was like, I want to learn a little bit more about it if she wants to do this fundraiser, because I was going to support her with that. And then I was just like going through, let's see what this place looks like. And, you know, found that picture.
Nice. Look at that picture. There's a Grammy up a tree.
Yeah, probably a
Grammy
squirrel
up
up
a
in
tree.
that tree.
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Yeah, that's how I found
aside
that.
from the dog parks, like what are the other things that you do with the dog in the city or in the county, to be honest with you?
Ooh, you know, a good one, and it's in Annapolis. Quiet Waters. So
The park.
Yeah. So it's a huge park, but they have like,
right.
They have like a dog park area, and they have a dog.
Is that where we're doing the Is that where we're doing?
Is that good?
Cogs
Can you
and
rate my
Doffy?
snap real quick?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Is that where we're doing that?
I think it's. I think that was the original place we had talked about.
Oh, are we changing it?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the
We have
calendar. I
a
just
we have
kinda
a
wake up and look
dogs
at my
and
calendar.
coffee event where we're gonna get everybody together so we can answer real estate questions. But really, it's just a cheating way to get the dogs out.
And have some coffee. Yeah, it'd be great.
At Quiet Waters.
But Quiet Waters, yes, huge park. There is a cover charge, you know, to get into the club. I think it's something small, like $3, $4, maybe $5. But it's a massive park. You can go there, walk the park. There's trails. You can do water sports back there, like go do paddleboard rentals, kayak rentals, all those things, canoeing. And then there is a dog beach where you can go and take your dog, and you're at the beach with your dog. You can throw toys out in the water, they'll go out and get them and swim around. It's a lot of fun, actually. And I don't know, the first time I went there, we took my ex-girlfriend's dog, and he was never a fan of the water. But it was funny because he would like try and go in sometimes and like reach for the toy, but he would like stand like right where the waves like crashing, kind of like dissolving. He'd like try and like reach for the toy with his mouth and his head, and then he would finally get in. We even bought him a life jacket just so he could try and feel a little comfortable. He's like, "What the fuck is this contraption on me?"
And then you ever give him the paw
like
gloves? What do you call them? Booties.
well, water shoes, but I guess for dogs, right? No, we didn't do that. No.
Yeah, I think it's funny the
It
way
looks
they
so
walk.
comfortable, uncomfortable for dogs.
Yeah, right. Also, like,
and
right.
dogs also like they're kind of like webbed, right?
I don't know.
So they
I
can-
don't know.
It might
I
help
don't
with
have
swimming.
anything to do with that. Not a part of me does that.
But yeah, Quiet Waters is a really cool place. I mean, again, you can take your dog to the beach, just to the dog park, walk around the trails. It is a lot of fun, and I've gone there probably 3 or 4 times and haven't been able to explore the whole thing.
So interesting. We made a list of a couple different places where you can actually bring your dog. Remember, you could pretty much bring your dog to most outdoor patio spaces, but not every restaurant is dog friendly. And contrary to my wife's belief, I think it's common courtesy that you should ask. An example here is that our good neighbors here at Good Neighbor Coffee would love to have your dog there. Next door, we have Wicked Sisters, and they, I believe, will allow you to have a dog on the patio, but you actually have to like physically walk through the building or come through the back alleyway to get the dog up there, and they're okay with that. Whereas I think there are some venues, some restaurants that wouldn't be okay with that. Alas, there are a couple places, really good places, and honestly, this could be a good way for you guys to explore Baltimore if you haven't already. But the Bluebird Cocktail Room right here in Hickory, cozy little cocktail bar. They don't have any food. It's just cocktails.
It is a great time, though.
And they
Great
allow you to hang
atmosphere.
out with the dog
know
on
that-
the patio.
I didn't know they had a patio.
It's just like they put tables out in the summer.
Okay, okay.
It's a good spot. I think also it's the right blend because sometimes the dog can get overstimulated, especially if your dog's like big or little and doesn't like people or whatever. You don't want to go to that big, crazy, busy business. You want to have just
Yeah.
like the low key vibe.
Well, I feel like a
Bluebird can
cocktail
do that.
bar is perfect for that kind of vibe, just regardless, because it's not like a club. Like people are sitting down, enjoying drinks, just kind of chatting and hanging out, you know?
Yeah. Another spot for the year. Get this in while you can. The Sandlot is open one more time.
Okay.
They keep extending this out.
Okay. I thought I saw that it was closing at some point.
I
and I
think-
just thought it was gone.
Sandlot, Baltimore. temporarily closed. I believe it is opening up one more time.
One more time.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Have you ever gone?
To Sandlot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I went to Sandlot. There was a salsa dance night, and I had a friend that like went there all the time. So I went. We went to dinner, and then we went to go salsa. It was fierce. I mean, like, I don't know how many people, probably 50, 60 people dancing.
Wow.
And then another probably 200 people like overlooking.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I've never been to Sandlot. You know what's crazy? I worked at Bond Street, which is right around the corner for 4 years.
I don't think you're necessarily like missing anything.
No, but I know. But people would always come in with their like little Sandlot bracelets.
I think
And I was like, at one point, I was like, what is that?
I think the thing that I always felt about Sandlot is that there are people that would pay to go to the rooftop bar at the Four Seasons, but then not go to Sandlot. And I'm like, why are you going to? Oh, because it's the Four Seasons, but like Sandlot's open during the day.
I heard Sandlot, like underneath the sand, there's like a whole bunch of like
Who
barrels
cares?
and chemical waste that you're
Who
just standing
cares? Stop it.
on. Hey,
Stop it.
don't kill the messenger.
I'm not the
It
messenger.
could be entirely fake. Don't come
all
after
I'm
me.
saying is like that's like saying, oh, there's barrels under Ocean City Beach. Ocean City Beach, hon. The thing about it to me is like there's a beach. Let's go. Take care of yourself and your family. But like don't just rely on hearsay. Go to the Sandlot. Experience it. It is a beach in the middle of the Baltimore Harbor. It has a great view. It's a lot of fun. And they let you bring the dog, which is kind of cool. Another fun one.
Actually,
go ahead.
you know, something maybe that you could do for Graham. Actually, I don't know if it's allowed. Do they let you bring dogs to First Thursdays?
I don't think so. I actually
Really?
think that I remember seeing something about it.
I thought I remember seeing a dog when we went.
Let us Google it.
I'm just going to tell him Graham's my
First
emotional support animal.
Thursday, Baltimore.
He just
dog.
really loves the band. Please let him in. He's begging.
We strongly advise you to think twice about bringing your dog to the concerts. It's a very crowded environment. Pets may not enjoy it. Pets are not permitted in the VIP area with no exceptions. And then it says dogs are generally not allowed.
Generally. But we can make exception for Graham.
I guess. I have such a hard time with that whole thing. But maybe we'll see. We'll see. I did enjoy the vendors. It was fun. All right, fine. Maybe we'll try it. First Thursdays down in the waterfront park in Canton. WTMD radio hosts, and they bring music, and then there's vendors. There's like 30 or 40 different food vendors.
Yeah.
Plus, local businesses are down there as well to kind of help kind of ease the pain.
And it's free.
If you will, and it is completely free. But they do not allow you to bring your own food and drink, or drink. They allow you to bring food?
They don't allow you to bring anything in.
What? Do they allow? I'm just going to Google.
Unless you're sneaky.
Food and drink.
Last time that we went,
at
Mike got upset
First.
because right when we went into the gate, he saw this dude like pull out 4 beers from his shorts. He's like, oh, we should have done that.
Yeah, right. That, duh.
Was it your first time?
Hold on. It said, guys, I'm researching on the thing. Christian, fill the
Live
space.
in action.
Can I bring my own beer and wine in? No outside coolers, alcohol, or glass containers. You are permitted to bring a bottle of water.
It's vodka, though.
What about food? We have lots of local food trucks.
Can we get another person that has a dog on this podcast? Liv, what do you do with your dog?
I don't even see, like, the rules and restrictions are very misleading. It doesn't say you can't bring food. It doesn't say you can.
Okay, you know what? I had a very similar experience to someone saying, like, I can't tell you you can do this, but I can't tell you you can't either. I was on my plane coming back from, I flew out of Raleigh to come down here. And they had the seatbelt sign on, right? And I didn't really pay attention to it. I get my headphones on. I just get up and I want to go to the bathroom. Well, the flight attendant is sitting next to the bathroom, and she's like looking at me, shaking her head as I'm walking all the way back. She's like, "You can't, like, no seatbelt sign." And I was like, "What? Like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, you're not even saying it out loud. You're just like mouthing it." And I was like, "I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick." She's like, "No, the seatbelt sign's on."
Baxter,
and I was like,
I don't speak Spanish.
And she was like, like the seatbelt sign's on. The pilot said that there was going to be some turbulence. You have to sit down, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so are you telling me I can or can't use it? She's like, I can't tell you you can. I was like, well, are you telling me that I can't? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, then I'll go to the bathroom. It was the most awkward interaction. And then she goes over the intercom and calls me out. And she's like, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have, please remain seated. Seatbelt sign is on. You cannot get up. There's going to be turbulence, blah, 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 blah. And the turbulence wasn't for another fucking 20 minutes.
Jeez.
And I'm just like, was all that necessary?
Was all.
And I saw somebody else about 10 minutes before get up and use the bathroom, and none of that happened.
Fuzzy's online ordering. You'll thank me later. I'm still Googling. I know you guys are listening to Christian, and it was a good rant about airplane etiquette.
Not even etiquette, but it's more about someone who's saying like I can't tell you that you can or cannot do this. And I'm just standing there. Like at that point, at some point, give me an answer because I'm standing in the back of the plane and you said there's going to be turbulence.
Yeah.
So like either I'm going to go in there and pee real quick or like I have to sit down. I need some feedback here.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of planes, do not bring the dog on the plane unless you absolutely have to. It is permissible, but not necessary. And I think that's where we kind of miss the boat. Like, it's not necessary to bring your dog everywhere. So if you're gonna bring your dog, like a great place like Nepenthe Brewing, I don't know how to say that. Am I saying it right? Nepenthe.
I don't think it's like that.
Nepenthe. I don't know.
Don't think
Nepenthe Brewing, straight down the street here on Falls Road. We have a lot of really cool stuff here in Hamden, if you don't know. They have a fantastic brewery, and the tasting room is wonderful, but the dogs are not allowed inside the tasting room. Do not bring your dog in and then be like, oh, I'm doing okay. No, on the patio. Dog friendly on the patio. They do change that rule periodically. I think it may have something to do with whether or not the windows are open or shut. So just please act with pride. Also, right down the street, if you get turned away from Nepenthe, go down to Union Craft Brewing. It's right down the street and super easy. You can always stop in over there. They're 3 minutes away from each other.
When me and Sam went rock climbing a couple weeks ago, that was
Sam and I, but you know, whatever.
Okay, English teacher, come on.
Thank you.
We went over to Union, and that was the very first time I had ever gone. I've been in Baltimore for 5 years.
To
Union.
First Thursday at Union, did you say?
No, so we went rock climbing.
Oh. That was the first time you had ever been there.
Yeah.
I've actually never been there.
Really?
No. I had been to their old one.
Where wasn't on the other side of the bridge?
Pariah used to be.
Okay.
Was their old one. And then since they built out the collective, I had not been there. But I see it every time, and it's just not my... That's not my vibe. I don't have enough free time that I'm like, let's go try Union. I'm more like, hey guys, if you want to go get Union, like text me and we'll go.
We were rock climbing and they were like, all right, well, we're kind of hungry and I could use a drink. Like, let's go in there. But then they were setting up for a concert that night.
Interesting, actually. I could do an entire day of like dog related activities from Union Craft Brewing North, right? The Arboretum, which is right on the other side of the highway.
Never been there.
It is just like a little flower place. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a nature preserve, not a greenhouse, outdoor. Okay. But they try to bring awareness and wellness around like plants and flowers. And it's educational for kids, but they do have hiking that you can hike, and you're hiking like along 83, which is kind of cool. And then you could go from Silburn to Union, and then from Union I would go to Bar Hill and hit up like Earth, Wood, and Fire, get some pizza, sit out on the patio. Then you could go to Lake Roland if you wanted for like an extra walk with the dog before you go home.
We just walking everywhere.
I mean, if you're going to make a day of it, you might as well make a day of it. The thing that's like not cool is when people are like, oh, you won't let me bring a dog in. Meh.
It's hard to believe that people think that they can just bring their dog inside anywhere.
Yeah, it is hard to believe that people think that they can bring their dog anywhere. It's so crazy.
We all know who he's talking to right now. Someone's name that starts with Amanda.
And ends in Frank. Actually, she's actually not as bad as she makes out to be. She makes out to be that she's like, they're not going to tell me I can't bring your dog in. Right? She's like, one time my dad took the dog into, what is that? Home Goods. She's like, he took the dog into Home Goods. I'll bring my dog into Home Goods. And I go, no, babe, we're not going to bring the dog into Home Goods. And she's like, well, I can if I want to. I'm like, okay,
with the amount of money that she spends there, she might as like, she must have the green light every single time.
It's like, if I want to. That's like the principle of it all. I think for so many people, it's about, I can if I want to. It's like, all right, well, I could also want you to have courtesy to other people.
Yeah.
And you could if you wanted to.
The store could also not want your dog in there.
I mean, there's just a lot. Yeah. I think with so many different things around, there are bakeries and groomers and doggy daycare and like dog bars and dog parks and like, come on, just take your dog somewhere where they need to go. I don't know.
Somewhere with grass.
Somewhere with grass, or somewhere
touch
with like
grass.
treats for the dog. Don't be feeding your dog off of my brunch plate, like kind of thing. There's a lot of options out there.
Certainly is.
I think that people get a little bit carried away, and I think the only thing that we need to focus on is we're not abandoning the cat people. If you want to bring your cat, Jordan, come to Good Neighbor. It's fine.
Are we allowing cats at Pups and Cups? That would throw
At Cogs and Doffy.
Hey, yeah. Also, people, I would
Cats
love to.
and Daps. No?
You're getting somewhere.
Cats and Daps.
It would be Dats and Caps. But we have a event coming up, Pups and Cups, Cogs and Doffy. If you're talking to me, what is that? April 27th, 2025, coming up around the corner. We'll have more details here for you shortly. So if you're interested, certainly shoot us a message. Should be completely free. Just having some people out at a park would be a really good time to have you guys out. If you haven't met us before, I think, again, it would just be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. And if you want to bring your cat or your ferret or your any other animal, you're more than welcome.
Hamster
but
on a leash.
Make sure you come. Even if you're just one of those people that's like a dog person but doesn't have a dog, you're more than welcome. We're going to try and have some fun on a Saturday morning, which is kind of different for us, and we're going to enjoy the time. It's one of those places that you probably haven't been to and you're going to want to have been at some point in your lifetime. You will reference it forever. So join us. If you need the link, reach out on Instagram at michael.frank___ or on our website at frankoliverco.com.
Bang. You can find me on Instagram at Christian the Deadhead.
Love it. We'll see you guys soon. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon.